I hate intros. Hello Stitchers, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing pretty good this week. It's only been 1 week since my last video. It's going to be a shorter video than usual because I've been doing a little bit of reevaluation, and looking back on my previous videos, I've realized I've been really kind of wandering away from the stitchy topic, not focusing much on that, and I think I need to kind of reel that back in. I'm not going to completely neglect the recommendations and the gluten-free corner, because I know there are some of you who really appreciate that, but I am going to kind of try to stick to the topic a little bit better. And I don't think you guys really care so much about my personal updates and everything. Not like I would hope, kind of like just chatting with a girlfriend. I'm not going to abandon that completely, but I'm going to definitely focus more on the stitching. I have decided that I am going to begin allowing myself an allowance towards stitching every month, just because if I make myself feel like I can't buy anything stitchy wise, I then feel so deprived that I go a little bit silly on something else, and then I go a little overboard on something else. I went a little bit crazy on the needle minders. I've definitely pulled back on that. I've definitely stopped with the needle minders. I will fully enjoy what I have, but I'm not going to be buying more of those. I want to get some more things that I have recently found, and I need to allow myself, if it's $20, $25 a month, I've got to allow myself something, so I don't go silly on other things. So anyway, I've got some good progress on my stitching this week, which surprised me because I did not stitch for at least 2 full days. I just had a really bad headache from my shoulder, and I just couldn't stand stitching. But I did get a lot done in the time I was allowed to stitch. The time I had and was afforded to stitch. And you know what? I'm going to start out, first of all, I'm going to start out with some shoutouts, because I never get around to those, and I'm just going to do that right now. I found a couple brand new people on here. Like I said last week, I have really neglected my videos. I am very far behind in watching updated videos and everything. So I've been trying to catch up on that. And I have discovered some new people that I had in my watch later category for a while. I finally got around to watching them, and I was so impressed. There are, one of them is AnItchToCrossStitch. She only has a couple of videos up so far, but from what I've seen, she seems to be a very friendly, very kind individual. She has 2 little daughters, and she has been stitching on some projects that I have had in mind for quite a while. She's working on a couple gorgeous pictures of the gorgeous girls GORJUSS patterns. I've never seen anyone else stitching on those before, so I was excited to see that. She's stitching on quite a few cute ones that I've had my eye on for a while, so that impressed me, that inspired me, and I really enjoyed watching her videos. Another one that I wanted to give a shout out to was, everyone knows them by now. I'm not going to introduce most of you to any of these people, because if you've not seen them before you've seen me, I don't know where you've been. But Priscilla and Chelsea, I finally got around to watching your videos. I was so entertained. I really enjoyed myself. And I have to say, we could corner the market on our project bags. I mean, I do the same exact thing. I use Ziploc bags. Not that I don't want project bags that are sewn and personalized and gorgeous. I do, and I will have some at some point. But for right now, Ziploc bags are great. So I totally get that. I really enjoyed seeing your very quick little, what is the word? Your little, I'll think of it. little display, whatever, your little flip through display of what you have finished together. That was so fun. It was a very high energy video, as opposed to mine, I'm sorry to say. Very high energy, very quick pace. It was just fun and enjoyable, and I will definitely be watching more of you two ladies. Another one I wanted to mention, which I have been watching for a while, but I've just never, I've been really slow on shoutouts. BlitStitch. It is so refreshing to see a gentleman stitcher. Not only that, you have stitched some gorgeous projects. Gorgeous ones. You stitched Mirabilia Red. I know you just finished that one. I am a huge fan of the Mirabilia Red pattern. She is gorgeous. I've stitched her myself, but I don't have the beads in yet. But I've also seen some samplers you have done, and I have added some patterns to my list of ones to get. I'm just so impressed, and I just enjoy watching your videos, BlitStitch. And the last one, which is kind of the one that has me the most in awe, is Yanni's. Yanni, or it's Janny, or is it Yanni? I'm could be way wrong on that. I think it's Janny. Looking at her with her Mirabilia gallery behind her, oh my word, my jaw dropped. I was just enthralled with it. I love seeing your finishes, Janny. You are delightful, and I am so inspired because so many of the pictures on your wall are ones that I have either already stitched or have in my queue to stitch at some point. You mentioned your John Clayton Charlotte pattern. I'm absolutely going to stitch her. She reminds me of Audrey Hepburn. Just so many of them. I can't even name them all. It would take too long. But if you guys have not seen any of these stitchers that I just shouted out, go check them out. You are missing out. They're totally worth your time. So yeah, those are my shout outs. I'm going to go ahead and get into my whip progress because, like I said, it's not going to be as long of a video, and I do have some plans for later this evening, so gotta get going. So anyway, I showed you, well, you have to forgive me, I'm a little crinkly because I didn't take them out of the bags yet, and I didn't take it out of my Q-snap. I'm going to have to take it out of my Q-snap. So sorry, I should have done that before. I've been in a bit of a rush today. So this is where I'm at on my soda, the Little Mermaid now. I made a lot of progress on her this week. It's so cute. And I'm sorry, I've got some sun now blaring in my window. It is just so cute. From last video, I have, let me just see if I can do this in any way. I stitched in this adorable boat scene in the water, and this little hills over here, and the starfish, and these little fish are adorable. And then I got the witchy over here, and the cauldron, and the coral, and I finished the purple border around the edges, except for the bottom, because that's going to be the last part I'm going to work on. I got a lot done. I was surprised and happy. You know what? That's actually not terrible. I did do one little alteration. This little witch girl, her mouth was 2 stitches. It was 2 stitches up and down, and I thought that looked a little creepy, and I know she's a witch, so she's supposed to look creepy, but she looked like she was like with her mouth hanging open, and I just decided she looked evil enough with just one stitch for her mouth. So I did change that, but I think it is coming along great, and I think I should be able to have this done in the next week and a half, something like that. I think it'll be great. It's adorable. Oh, and I have to show you this. I'm sorry. So I showed you my little squids in a jar needle minder, and it's adorable. I decided to just have a little fun and just add however many I felt like it. I added my little seahorse one that I got a few months ago, and then I have just started making these little teeny tiny mermaid scales. I don't have them on my Etsy shop just yet, but I do plan to add some of those onto my Etsy shop to sell at some point. They're great. I love these little petite ones. I have little roses, and I have now these little fish scales, and they're so fun. And there's all kinds of colors. Okay, and then I have some progress on my HAED as well. It's getting a little windy outside. I've got my window open just because I'm wanting some of the cool breeze. We actually have a little bit of a cool breeze, and it's getting down into the 70s, and next week it's going to start being in the 60s. I'm very happy for the change in the weather because it has been so late in coming for me. Only problem I have with the whole fall coming on, I love everything about it except two things: that it gets drippy with rain and such, and the evening just gets dark so much quicker. I love my light, and I don't have as much daylight, and that makes me sad. I always get a little bit depressed when it goes into fall just because of the lack of daylight. I always go through like a couple weeks of just being really, really down and really sad. Okay, enough of that. This is what I've done on my HAED, and it doesn't look like I've done terribly much in a week, or maybe it does, and I'm just not not seeing that much myself. And I'm having a hard time because of my light. But anyway, this last week I have added more of the taupey tanny color, and I've been adding this pink down in here, and I've been bringing it all together now. I'm almost done with this page. I have like that little bit to fill in, then I'm done with this page. I'm liking it. I am completely shocked because I thought when I first started my first HAED, I was trying it on 1/1 on 25 count. I hated it. Within a half an hour of starting to stitch, oh goodness, maybe it was within 10 minutes of starting to stitch, I was just sighing. I was like, oh no, what have I gotten myself into? This is going to take eons to finish. And it would have. I'm doing this now on the 18 count Ada. It is literally a joy to stitch on. I am so enjoying it. I keep thinking, okay, I've got to work on my soda just a little bit more, and then I can go to my HAED and I won't feel bad about it, because I've been enjoying it so much. And I do have to give myself a little bit of a rest, give my eyes a rest after a couple days of stitching on it, because it is small. I've mentioned before, far-sighted, nearsighted. I can't strain them too terribly much or it leads me to headaches. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. And I'm excited to get a page done very, very soon. So that's my stitching progress. I've not picked up my Persephone just yet because I want to get some working copies, and I just haven't gotten around to getting my working copies printed yet. The one thing I was going to show is that I was looking for some supplies, and I came across another pattern that I've had for, I've probably had it for 10 years or more, and I forgot about it. So it's kind of one of those new rediscoveries, and it's really cute. This is called Playful Kittens, and it's a dimensions pattern. They're really adorable. I love cats, and I think it's gonna be slightly irritating because you have to, different symbols are the same. Different symbols are the same color in either full stitch, half stitch, quarter stitch, that kind of thing. So it's gonna be a little bit challenging to keep all that straight, but it's really cute, and I do plan to stitch this sometime. And I don't know if, you know, maybe when I have kids someday they'll love cats, and then I can hang this up in their room. Or I've thought some of these cuter ones, more like this, I could stick in like a laundry room, something like that. They just look kind of fresh, bright, and outdoorsy pictures. They're just cute. So anyway, I think that's kind of it. I have plans to do some tutorial videos over the next week and upload some of those for you guys. I believe every single stitcher out there has something to contribute to the stitching community. whether it's a new technique that no one else is, or well, that few people are familiar with, or if it is, I don't know, just their ability to match colors, their ability to convert colors. I just think everyone has something to contribute, and so I want to try to share a couple things that I have found helpful in the past. So I'm going to be working on a little series of tutorials starting very soon. I may shoot one off after I'm done with this video today. My light is going to be waning pretty quickly, but I just think that would be a nice little contribution, a nice little addition to my channel. And I hope you have enjoyed my video today. I hope you have appreciated large sighs of relief that it is not another 53-minute video like the last few of them have been. Thank you all for coming back. Thank you to my subscribers, all of my new ones as well. I'm wondering if I was mentioned somewhere, because I've had an influx of almost 30 subscribers in the last few days, and I'm curious if I was mentioned somewhere. So if someone has heard me mentioned on another channel, if I've been given a shout out, please let me know so I can go send them a little thank you note for mentioning me. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming back and visiting my channel. I hope you all have a great week and you enjoy whatever weather you're having. I hope if you have had bad weather, it is getting better for you. And on a side note, those of you who have just been through the turmoil of the hurricanes Harvey and Irma, I wish you the best. I'm praying for you guys, and I really, really hope to see that the recovery is swift and that you guys are back to normal and doing well. So take care, you guys. Until next time, ciao for now.